I've had my Winnebago EKKO for 6 full months. It's a 2025 Winnebago EKKO Sprinter 23B. Really amazing unit. Love this. But I've done a lot of stuff to it in the 6 months that I've had it, and I'm going to share with you all of the modifications I've done and some of the things I've learned along the way. In 6 months, I put over 10,000 miles on it, over 18 states, and I went to Ontario, Canada. So I think I have a little bit of experience to talk about living, driving, and camping in this amazing rig. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about was I thought when I got a Mercedes that I would have a tire pressure monitoring system. Well, guess what? The Winnebago EKKO does not come with one. You have to buy one. So while I was at Camp Winnebago, I purchased one from Techno RV. Very happy about it. Lovely tire pressure monitoring system, and installed it right then and there. Very easy to do. They give you the little knobs. You label them and you put them on. It's got a little display screen. I'll show you what it looks like. It's fantastic. Easy to do. Very rechargeable. Put it on my dash, and I used it quite a bit because I got not one, but 2 flat tires. Now, here's the story behind the flat tires, just so you know. It was no fault of the tires, sort of user-operated issue here. When I got my tire pressure monitoring system, it was fine on all 6 of my tires except for the outside dualies that had rubber valve stems. So when I put that little added weight on there, that little weight actually caused a crack in those rubberized valve stems, and that's what caused my 2 flat tires. Now granted, they're really within like a month of each other when this happened, so if you're going to use an add-on to your Winnebago EKKO or the tire pressure monitoring system, please make sure that you have metal valve stems. Trust me. You'll thank me later. My next big aha moment into the Mercedes land that I've never been in, because before I had a Dodge Ram, was, Mercedes service stations are not super easy to find as far as when it comes to a Sprinter van. So you can find Mercedes dealerships all over the country, but they may not work on a Sprinter. So I had 4 visits to 4 different Mercedes dealerships for service for the van, specifically because I had some electrical issues and the battery that I had really wasn't working very well. So it's not uncommon. So when you buy your Winnebago EKKO, please double check and check that battery of the Mercedes, okay? It might be sitting in the lot for some time, who knows? And I went to the one in St. Catherine in Canada. I went to one in, New York, Pennsylvania, went to one in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I went to all these different Mercedes dealerships trying to get this taken care of and done, and then went back to Nashville, Tennessee, and actually had it done there as well. So I want to give a big shout out because honestly, I had great advice, learned a lot of things from these service technicians, like number 1, idling. You really shouldn't idle your Mercedes very, very long at all, and all this stuff comes out on the computer when they plug it in the computer. So they tell on you, no matter what you do, every time you go in there, they're going to plug it in. It's going to tell you exactly how much you've been driving, how much you've been idling, and how your battery's doing. So, battery was a problem. Replace the battery, works like a charm. So thank you to all those service technicians out there. I really appreciate your help. So as far as livability goes, I really like the different kind of floor plan that it has. So you could do like a love seat, or you can do like a chair and a table, or you can do lots of different configurations inside, which is one of the reasons it really made me purchase this one as opposed to the Transit. I just like the flexibility of it, and you could actually put it together as a bed if you need an extra bed. But something I noticed is that the table that they give you is pretty large if you want to put it between the 2 areas, and I thought, what if I do something a little different? So I came up with this idea, and I thought, I can do this. I came up with this idea of putting a Lagoon table mount and going to Canyon Adventure Vans and getting one of those amazing flip-top tables with a cup holder, and I thought, this will be awesome. It'll save some space. You automatically have a table there. The dog can still get up on the couch or whatever you want to do. So in that way I have 2 tables automatically there if I want to use them, as opposed to just 1. So this has been a really big game changer, and I know a lot of people out there looking to do modifications to their Sprecko. This is something you might want to think about. So I'll leave a link in the description below of the pieces and the things that I bought that I've added on to my EKKO so far, and if you want to do it, you could do it too. Okay, so while I was at Camp Winnebago, I had the opportunity of meeting with CGI Custom Paints. They're an amazing paint company, do a lot of really cool things, and they took the hood of my Sprinter van here and they took it off and they painted it with this amazing paint that, you know, prevents rock chips and things like that. So I wanted to get that done as soon as possible because I did have issues with my Ram and I wish I would have done it. So this is one thing I would highly recommend, especially if you're going off-roading or if you go like to really big places. Take care of your coach. Make sure that you're doing everything you can. So the second thing I did with my Sprinter itself was I also got it ceramic coated. So when I was at a campground, I was lucky enough to find a detailing company that would come out and help and do the ceramic coating, and they did a fantastic job. I think it was called Unusual Detailing. I had it done in Elkhart, Indiana. They did a great job. So go to your local detailing, or if you have deals when you go to campgrounds, think about it. I highly recommend a good ceramic coating on your rig. Also, while I was at Winnebago, I did get another upgrade of the Max Air Vent, which is amazing, by the way. It only would vent out, and I guess you could do it where it vented out and in. So that's what I wanted to do. So I stood in line, I got the extra part, they came in and installed it. They did a great job. So thanks, guys, to the Excel guys. They did awesome. And now I've got a new remote and I can do it up and down. So that way if I want to vent out, or if it's just like really hot outside, it's really chilly inside, I can vent it in. Super handy. I think everybody should have that. Okay, I wouldn't be an RVer if I didn't have command hooks. So I have lots and lots and lots of command hooks. I have hooks by the door, hooks in the back, hooks in the bathroom. I also have like the containers. I put the containers in the bathroom that I really like. They're really handy. I can put hairbrushes and toothbrushes and things like that in there. Storage is key. It's a really big deal. I also bought the command hook towel holders. So I put one in the bathroom and I put one in the kitchen area, which is really nice. And also in the kitchen area, I got like a little rack that you could put in your bathroom. I use it for my little spice rack, which I find really easy. So command hooks are fantastic, 3M products. And I also use the Velcro strips. I use that to put on my mirrors, on my bathroom door, both the sides of that, as well as like some of my little artwork and decor. So great products, fantastic. I think everyone should use them. So the Winnebago EKKO does not come with a leveling system, so I installed a LevelMateMax, and this is brand new. Now they've had lots of different iterations of this product. I like this one the best. So you can get it on it's just a very easy device. You just put it in there and just drill 2 little holes and you're good to go. Easy to install, and it goes on Apple or Android devices. So anyways, it's very easy. You drive, you look on your phone, it tells you if you're level or what you want to do. Just gives you lots of options. So highly recommend you get that. I'll leave a link in the description as well as a nice discount code, because honestly I think everybody should have this product. I also got the Xantrex Freedom X Bluetooth controller so that I can see on my phone how all my energy systems are working, what's going on, and if I need to turn on or turn off, I can do all that from my phone. I really, really like that. So before I couldn't do it on my phone, before it was just in the panel, now I can do it on my phone. In the actual Mercedes, there's lots of cup holders, so it gives you lots of options if you want cup holder accessories. So there's lots of things you could do on the dash and put things different places. I opted for a cup holder to put my phone in, or an extra phone if I have a guest that wants to put theirs up, have a place to put and plug in. Also got a cup holder tray, which I really like, so that's sort of handy. So as you're driving, you want to just like put your earbuds there, or like maybe an extra phone. It's really handy to have it, easily accessible. You don't have to reach too far for it. So I would highly recommend just taking a look at some of those accessories and see if you like them, and if it works for you, go ahead, make it easy on you. Now, I've also made some other additions that I'm putting in my garage, and these are things that aren't like part of the rig itself, just things to be prepared for and big purchases that I made for this particular rig. I got another set of Max tracks, because you never know when you get stuck, you got to have that. Also bought some dually leveling blocks, really handy to have because I have dualies in the back now. I don't have super singles, and I got to think about how that's all going to work, especially when you're parking in lots of different surfaces. So it's going to help level it out when I'm using that LevelMateMax. When I started, I didn't have an e-bike. I now have an e-bike. What's really nice is I can keep my e-bike in the back garage and charge it at the same time. That's pretty handy. And of course, there's lots of dog proofing, because I travel with a dog. I don't know about if you travel with a dog. Here's some of my helpful tips for you. I'm a huge, huge fan of rubberized bath mats. So I use them for lots of stuff. I use them to put over the chairs. I use them for walkways, so she can have something nice and cushy to put her paws on. They're really, really handy to use. So when she wants to jump onto the furniture, her nails are not going to rip the fabric or anything like that. So I love rubberized bath mats. I also use a lot of beach towels, because beach towels, you can shake out, get dirt on them. They're easy to clean. They're really handy. You can put them on the bed if they jump on the bed and things like that. And then I also want to have a mud towel by the front door. So as she comes in with muddy paws, I can just wipe them off really quickly. It also doesn't hurt to have an extra little like mat outside as you're coming in. Most people have that anyways, but the whole idea is to not bring as much mud inside. And if your dog likes to hike and run around and play like mine does, I'm sure you understand muddy paws. Another thing I did was I found a nice rubber mat with some dog bowls inside so it doesn't slip while I'm driving. Really super handy for her. Pretty narrow, so it gives me a lot of walk space and she can get to it, and they're a little elevated, which I like for her. And then a few other areas of just making sure she has space to walk, roam, lay down, and relax. That's the most important part if you're traveling with a pet. And of course, safety is the first thing you have to think about, right? So I have her locked in every time, latched in her harness, every time we're driving. So we got to make sure that everyone's taken care of. She's comfortable. I've got nice little pillows and blankets down there for her as we're driving, and nothing's going to shift and fall. So safety first. If you're thinking about traveling with your dog and you haven't done it before, I did write a book called RVing with Dogs. You can find it on Amazon. Really cool. Just give you some tips and tricks along the way of things you can think about, because it is a whole nother awesome friend that you want to go on this trip with. So you might as well make it enjoyable for you and them as well. So thanks for watching. We're going to do another update when we get to the 1-year anniversary. I'm going to tell you all the things we've added, all the places we've gone, and things you might want to think about if you're getting a Winnebago EKKO. And just remember that every day is an adventure. Helicopters. Happens every time. Welcome to where I am right now. Can you tell? Over by a, Army base, airport base, Rocket City. It's not rockets, it's helicopters. Gotta love it. I'm a huge, huge fan of rubberized